Hi, I'm Teray Alexander, Certified Professional Life Coach. Welcome to Teray Talk, your source for real life advice. So, I was talking to a client the other day, and she was telling me about her relationship and how she feels like it's stuck in the dark ages or maybe the 20s, the 30s. She doesn't know. I asked her what she meant, and she said that there are unspoken rules in their house about what roles they're supposed to play. But at the end of a hard work day, she's very tired and she wants to come home and relax just like her husband does. So I tried to help her establish some things and help pull some things out of her to see if some of these tips would make her household run a little bit more smoothly. One of the things that I asked her is if they ever sat down and talked about how their household would run. Well, surprisingly, or not surprisingly, she said no. They just got together, they got married, and they decided this is what we're going to do. And they've been working and operating the same way throughout their marriage. It's very important that before you get married, there are rules that are established about how your household is going to run, if it's going to be successful, and if it's going to eliminate stress. Here are some tips that I shared with her, and I hope they work for you as well. One thing that you guys have to do is realize that you're a team. There are no such things as his roles and her roles if you're operating as a team. You guys have to come together and decide what works best for your household. And what works best for your household might not be working for your sister's household or your brother in law's household or even your parents' household. But that's okay because you have to live with your spouse or your significant other and you guys know each other best and what works for you. So remember, you guys are a team. Let's say the garbage is overflowing. Typically, people would say that's a man's job and the woman is not supposed to take the trash out. I say that's garbage. If you see that the trash is filling up and you're a woman, take the trash out. Don't wait for him to come home and do it. Likewise, men, if you see that the kitchen sink has dishes in it that need to go in the dishwasher or that, God forbid, need to be washed, please load the dishwasher or wash the dishes. If there are clean dishes in the dishwasher, unload the dishwasher and then put your dirty dishes in. I promise you won't die. Another thing that you have to do is make sure that you guys are talking back and forth about what you do well. Some relationships, things that seem typical for a man to do or typical for a woman to do, the opposite sex does better. For instance, when I first got married, I realized that I was more mechanically inclined than my husband was. And that was okay. I liked fixing things. I grew up fixing things and seeing how things worked. And he was okay with that as well. Now, he's certainly gotten a lot better over the years. And another thing is that he was better at ironing. He had all types of tips and tricks to make wrinkled clothes be the straightest, crispest clothes that you'd ever seen. I wasn't astute at that. But together we worked on it. He taught me some tips and tricks to iron. I taught him some tips and tricks to fix things. And together we worked. And now we're both good at ironing and fixing things. So remember, just because it seems like a man's role or a woman's role, don't think that it's off limits for you. If your household is going to be successful, if your marriage is going to be successful, even with finances, some women are better at handling finances and paying bills than their husbands are. Some husbands are better at paying bills and handling finances than their wives are. Whoever is able to best do the job, then allow them to do that. But don't take a step so far back that you're not anywhere involved and you make your partner feel like you've abandoned them in that particular chore or duty. Make sure that you have some idea of what's going on at all times. If you're not handling the finances, at least know what bills you guys have, when they're due, how much they are. And if you're knowing that something in the house needs to be fixed, even if you can't fix it, make sure that you're standing by, being the cheerleader saying, go baby, I know you can fix that. I know you can do it, because you're operating as a team. The bottom line is you never want your partner to feel like all the weight and all the burden of everything in the household is falling on their shoulders. You want to make sure that you're holding up your end and you're also helping your partner to make your marriage or your relationship a success. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing this with your family and friends. And thank you for submitting your situations to me so that I can give you some good, objective, professional advice. Here's more information on how you can connect with me on Facebook and Twitter, as well as information on my website and how you can submit situations for future Teray Talk episodes. And remember, life has enough drama all by itself. Let's just keep it real.